Well, good morning, groupies. I hope everybody is doing okay this morning. Uh, there's something very important I'd like to let people know about. And actually, I'll be blunt over the Iran fight war against Israel, which isn't even happening, as I explained. If you look through my videos, about 5 days ago, I made a video called Iran War is Fake. Yeah, it's very fake, people, because Iran cannot bomb Israel. And, Israel would not need to send any bomb to Iran. That would be totally pointless because, see, Israel is the electronics capital of the world or of the earth. And they have technology superior to any nation, country on this earth. And any missile launch or any, bomber jets or whatever, they can detect that long before it gets to Israel and they can blow it the hell up. Okay. Or if any bomb came from Iran, they could blow it up shortly after it left the soil of Iran. You see, with their capabilities. So it's all bullshit. It's all made up. There was no Ayatollah Khomeini that was murdered. That shit's made up. They just issue, those are all billionaires. They just, change of identity. You know, there's all, that's all it is. It's fake, made up. It's for two things. It's so that oil prices can increase, so that gasoline will go up, and the goal is so people will buy these new electric cars. That's the idea they have behind that. That's what that's really about. Now, the rumors about that Trump may restart the draft, possibly. I'm not sure if they'll go that far, but possibly. But if that's done, it's only to contribute to what is depopulation that has been going on since the year 2018, very, very heavily. It started out in Paradise, California, where that 33,000 people were murdered by, um, aircraft, direct energy, that even melted Mars, and then that was called, landscape fires, total bullshit laws. And then Moy, and then the COVID bullshit that was made up in the year 2020. Totally fake crap. There's no such thing as a COVID virus, people. Those of you that got injections, it only nulled and stunted your brain because a Dr. Clooney proved in autopsies of people that had those injections, he pulled out rubbery like strings of stuff out of their arteries, and he put in containers and actually shows this in some interviews. His name is Dr. Clooney. And so as far as I'm concerned, what that was, it's similar to the chemicals in cans of Fix-A-Flat. It's a liquefied rubber, that hardens, after it's used. They were doing this, injecting this into people's faces, to get rid of wrinkles with it, would stretch the skin out a little and round their faces out. A lot of people were caught doing this, and a lot of people died from it. It's the same thing, There's people like me and a girl named Carolyn, we had the highest IQ in high school from the ninth grade, and then even in the 12th grade, we had the highest IQ. And I'm a very intelligent people, and I make videos. My videos should be getting millions and millions of views to make people become aware. It's like here in Houston, they talk about the Bayou deaths, dead bodies keep showing up in the Houston bayous or whatever. Well, and they're looking for serial killers, and the news media will put this on. All that is, that's just cops, that rob people, steal their cars, send them to chop shops or auction them off, and they just kill them, and they're just chunking their bodies in those bayous. The reason that continues is because people are stupid enough to not look at the source. As long as you don't look at the source of a problem, it's going to keep happening. It's as simple as that. Now, on to if there is a military draft. The purpose of that, here's what will happen. Okay, in Iran, they will take prisoners and misfit individuals, men there, and they will put them in an area, and it's like the Americans are coming to kill us. If you kill Americans, what we will do, we will give you freedom and we will give you benefits for housing and to where you will be able to live a good life, sort of like military benefits work in America. Okay, then they will take draft guys here in America and they will send them over there under the belief that there's actually a war. And a bunch of them will kill a bunch of you American guys that get drafted and vice versa. And the rich assholes, in Iran and other parts of the country and here in the USA, see, it's like, okay, good. We depopulated, got rid of a lot of unwanted people. And for the draft, they will probably choose people if you're guys that are in their 20s living with their parents, they're probably going to choose them first. So I'm just telling you people, if there's any guys on here, if you're between age 18 and 40, watch out. Watch out. Do what you have to do. Do what you have to do. You know, I can't tell you anything else. I'm not going to tell you how to dodge the draft, or try to attempt to do such. I'm not going to tell you that because that's a federal crime, even as bad as a felony. But I'm just telling you to be beware of what can happen. I don't know the average or odds of this happening, but it could be high because the name of the game these days is to depopulate. And a lot of people do just simply disappear. Uh, I'm just, letting people know in advance when it comes to telling people like it is, I'm a lot like a woman named Whitney Well. I don't go as deep as she does and not as thorough as she is, but at the same time, I'm more blunt than she is. She has to be careful not to be outspoken, and I will be outspoken. I tell people like it is, but then at the same time, I have to beware of ad-ham laws, at the same time. I'm just telling you people what to expect. It's all a horse and pony show. It's all fake. The elite are all working together. And um, I've told you like it is. Watch out. Watch out. Mothers and fathers, if you have sons that are like 18 years old, try to do something, to prevent them from being, caught up into this or whatever. But if there's a draft, may God be with you. Pray to Jesus Christ. That's the answer, people. Because it does mention in the King James Version, Holy Bible, many of you will be jailed, many of you will be killed, but your spirit is eternal. Always know this. But again, the Iran war, it's fake bullshit. It's not real. It's just a media distraction, and stop believing mainstream news media. Stop believing it, people. They take recordings from other areas or pictures from other areas, other resources, and they'll say it's happening now. It's like when they claimed there was a Hurricane Harvey here in Houston, Texas in September of 2018. No, there wasn't. The photographs and recordings they showed went as far back as the 1980s when some areas of Houston flooded. And in media, they showed on Edgebrook, close to the subdivision I live in off of Interstate 45, here in Southeast Houston, it showed cars that were flooded. But look at those cars. Those are 1980s cars. And Edgebrook, which has two lanes on it, each side, a total of four lanes, that was totally torn away and rebuilt starting in the year 2007 until 2009 for people's information, to where that area cannot flood any longer because it was built up for one thing and the drainage was improved. Okay. But anyway, good luck to you all. These are just things I'm dropping for people's information. I'm sure you're going to listen to mainstream news media because, see, that's y'all's people, you people's, most of you, uh, that's your God. You think if it's on the news, if this makes it true, when these people are just liars, okay? Because none of the school shootings are true. If you would watch the videos and use intelligence, you could know that that shit is fake. Like the Sandy Hook school shootings. Did y'all notice in that for 11 hours, and this played on people's televisions, it was like live, and it just went on, and it shows an ambulance parked up by the school with other vehicles behind it. And that same ambulance was there all day long, or for at least 12 hours while that played live or whatever. An ambulance doesn't just go park somewhere and stay there all day long. It doesn't work that way, okay? And the people posing as the children and the parents, those people were found, their photos like on Facebook later on. It was acting. It was just acting is all it was, people. It wasn't real. And then the ones in Texas, one was a supposed church where a lot of there were supposed to be shootings or whatever. Well, it turned out that when they claimed this happened, there was a vehicle parked in front of that church to where that those gunfire shots couldn't have ever reached the front door of that church at all. And then the people, they actually exposed it and bragged about it, and it showed a video showed where it was people, actors out of Hollywood. And this was actually staged where they took the cameras and made this fake BS or whatever. But enough of that for right now. But most all of you, 99% of you, you're being deceived. You're being played for idiots. You believe things that are not true. It's like a lot of you might remember when they said Ukraine against Russia. Again, people, that was totally fake because you remember there was a trucker strike, a trucker strike. so that they wouldn't have to receive COVID injections, they call them, or whatever, by truckers. And when they were in Canada, okay, and this is where that Trudeau character thing, person of Satan, is still in power today, of course. And when this was happening, then in California, it had what was a strike where truckers went across the USA or whatever. Okay, at this time, this shit was made up that there was a war between Ukraine and Russia. What this was for is to shift your attention to that. So, see, they wanted to shift your attention to that, distract you away from the trucker strike. See, that's what that was about. See, against their COVID bullshit laws. But anyway, I love you, Almighty God. I love you, Jesus Christ. Please, Jesus Christ, allow people to see what's really happening and what could happen and to listen to my words, Jesus Christ. I love you, Jesus Christ, and I am blessed. Thank you for the beautiful cats, my house. The vehicles are doing great. We have plenty of food. I love you, Jesus Christ. But anyway, people, again, I'm here trying to help you. You know, you can ignore me, but remember, you ignore the wise, the intelligent, or those gifted by Jesus Christ to have discernment and knowledges. You're only going to walk off of a cliff, the majority of you. Later, later.